Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Joy at Work. Glad to have you again. It's July 1st, 2022. Here we are on the second half of the year. I hope you're doing okay with everything going on. Take care of yourself, be safe, keep your head up. So, I've started a series on followers and followership. And of course, whenever I bring this word up, people hit me up and say, we don't need that word, but we do. We really do, because without leaders, without followers, there are no leaders. Followers create leaders. Some people say, well, we can have this leader model. Someone's got to follow someone else for that person to be leading. So let's just accept it. Let's just accept it and be good followers that we can be, because followers create leaders and not the other way around. But while I have you today, I just want to talk about a type of follower, and there's various typologies for followers. You might be familiar with them. Kelly's typology, Kellerman's typology. But today I want to talk about Chalif's typology in the context of a courageous follower. And I really like this because he brings up the point that we need followers who are willing to challenge leaders, peers, the system courageously. He points out that the leadership system should be conducive for challenge. And I know that's a big problem in many organizations. It's just not safe to express a dissenting opinion. Now, I will say a lot of people don't know how to express dissenting opinions. Like, I would almost argue that this is something we need to begin to teach right from elementary school. Like, how do you express a dissenting opinion in a way that is constructive? Because that is something that many of us simply do not know how to do, and that creates problems. So that's another topic for another day. But for today, how can I be courageous? And Chalif talks a lot about different aspects of this courage, but the one that's really kind of making me think this week is the courage to take moral action. And this is important because often organizations require people at all levels to stand up for what is morally right. They need to stand up and say, no, that's not right. This is right, and this is how we need to do it. Too often, in many leadership theories, quite honestly, we kind of imbue in our leaders this sense of elevated or heightened morality. Like, my leader should be more moral than I am. And while this might hold true in certain contexts, like religious institutions, I'm not sure that I believe that it holds true in the workplace. And I know it doesn't. Just because somebody's a president or an SVP doesn't make them a more moral person than somebody else, maybe at a lower rank in the organization. We see this all day. This is why we can see people who are morally bankrupt at top levels of organizations, because morality, in many cases, is overlooked when it comes to business. And so we need people who are committed to taking moral action. So don't assume that because somebody's at a higher rank in the org, that by default means they're morally rich or they will approach things from a moral perspective. It doesn't mean that at all. And we might be depending on you to say something. So this is why our morality as followers cannot depend on the morality of our leaders. We must be committed to developing our own moral compass, to growing and thinking about, how do I serve others and serve myself? What's my moral compass? What guides me, whatever it might be? How do I bring that into my life and use it, whatever my position is in the org? That's the way one of the ways I become a courageous follower. That's also how I experience joy at work, because I'm willing to stand up and call out things that need to be addressed. When I no longer position my leader as my moral compass, but find my moral compass at myself, then I become confident in what it is that I want to do and what I want to say. So, back to joy at work. If that's something that's of interest to you and you want to be a courageous follower, ask yourself, what do I need to do to continue to refine, to tune my moral compass so that I'll have the courage to address things in a constructive way that need to be addressed in my organization? Thanks for tuning in. I'm wishing you all in the United States a happy 4th of July, happy Independence Day. I'll see you next week. Bye.